Coming up on this week's episode of Unpicked, he's got the big D energy.
I think he doesn't have big D energy. He gets people because he's rich. He definitely doesn't have big D energy.
I tried to slip that.
We're trying to, because it's just woman fight right now. That's the season we're in. Black gal fight, you know.
I'm in two minds because I low-key get the other argument in that we should stop policing what black women want to do.
Hell no.
But when I say, hear me out.
Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn me to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
How you feeling?
Yeah, man.
Because you weren't feeling too well last week. You recovered?
I was a bit spun, but we're back. I was in the gym yesterday, so we're all the way
okay.
back.
You're back to your full self.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, hey, hello, hi, peeps. It's your home slice, Dami Zane, in the building, alongside my co-host.
And like Venom in the building.
That's right. This is the Unpicked podcast. Thank you for tuning in, wherever you're tuning in. And if you are new here, hopefully you like what you hear and see and you subscribe. Last week, we weren't here. We weren't even able to give you a heads up. Really sorry. Venom was unwell.
Oh, man.
And health comes first. So we had to, put a pause on the episode. But we're back now. Better, brighter, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Song of the week. This one's might surprise you. It's gospel. Okay.
From me, yeah. I know, man got the versatile palette. You get me? I actually didn't realize this song was gospel. It's not typical gospel in the old school sense, but it's by a guy called Sunday. So like Sunday spelled with an O and then D-A-E, and it's called Elohim. And it's just a really nice song, really nice feels. Yeah, nice feels.
Okay, nice. I'm going for something a bit more recent, mainstream, definitely not gospel. The song I'm choosing this week is Tyler, Water.
Okay.
The reason why I'm choosing it is because she won a Grammy.
She did indeed. For
Best African Performance. There was some controversy around it because some Nigerians were unhappy because they felt like the other people that were nominees were meant to get it. But I actually think Tyler deserved it because I think it's a banging song and it's performed.
Yeah.
And it performed way better. And it performed way better on the charts, on the US charts than the other nominees that she was up against. So I think she does deserve that Grammy. So I'm putting it on the playlist this week.
Who were the other nominees that you're referring to? Because I actually didn't watch the Grammys.
So the other nominees were Ashake.
Oh yeah.
Also there was Ira Star. There was also Davido and Burna Boy.
Okay. Cool.
As well.
Usual culprits.
Interesting. Yeah. In terms of the discourse around it and the reason why some Nigerians, well, quite a lot of Nigerians were upset, is because they felt that Davido, Ashake, and Burna Boy were better artists, had better songs, and also they were trying to say that Water is not an African. It shouldn't be in that category. It should be in pop. That was their argument. They felt that Afrobeats should have won. But my rebuttal to that is the song that was up for the nomination for Ashake was actually an Amapiano song called Amapiano. The Davido's song Unbelievable, that's also an Amapiano song. It's not actually Afrobeats. That was also in the running. Ira Star and Burna Boy were the only ones technically that had like an Afrobeat feel, but Ira Star it feels a little bit like R&B, not necessarily Afrobeats.
Yeah.
So I hear it, Nigerians, but
I definitely don't.
That's ridiculous.
I definitely don't.
I feel like no. I'm saying when I say I hear it, hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. When I say I hear it, I mean it from a like I feel why you're upset, but I'm not saying I agree. I'm using it in a different context. Yeah. So Tyler, the song is Amapiano. The drum beat of the song is Amapiano. It does have a poppy feel, fair enough, but it's still Amapiano. It's a more palatable Amapiano. Fundamentally, the Grammys is an American awards show. She was in the top 10 of the 100 Billboard charts. I don't think the other songs from my research were in the top 10 of the top 100. So yeah, the others weren't in the top 10 of the Billboard charts, if that makes sense. Like they weren't there.
They don't factor those plays into the decision.
They don't, but what I'm trying to say is the fact that she is in the top 10 of the Billboards suggests to me that in America, which is where these awards are from, the song's more popular than the other songs. Do you get what I mean? It's an indication that it's more popular, which means that she deserves it. And even here in the UK, I've been hearing Water on radio stations that don't play Afrobeats, that don't play African music, but they're playing Water. Her song, it transcends African listeners, if you get what I mean. It's gone, not to say the others, we don't have people from other places listening to Davido, Ashake and Burna Boy. Like I've been to their concerts, I see other people there. But that song, Water, it blew, and we just need to give her accolades. She deserves it. Period. Done. End of discussion. So I'm putting it on the playlist because, yeah, that's my reasons.
What have I seen? I don't really feel like I've seen much.
I know what I've seen.
Apart from that. I mean, do you want to take that one away? Because
of course, hello.
I haven't seen it though. I've seen of it.
I have.
Yeah.
So apparently there is a leaked video of Drake. He's in the video. The person in the video who is allegedly Drake, he's lying in bed having a self-love moment, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
And he's filming it through the mirror. It's obvious that there's a mirror there and he's filming it. And let's just say that the internet were shocked by the size of his penis. We had people saying, I knew that he was set good. We had guys saying, what? Can't let my girl see this. That's a mazzoline. We had people saying he may have a big penis. He doesn't know how to use it. There were people alleging that he's the one that leaked it because, he's just that kind of guy that would do something like that. Some people were saying it's lengthy, but it's not girthy. There was all sorts of conversation about this guy's willy. And there were even guys recreating the video on TikTok.
To do their own... Oh. What, for real? Or just...
No, obviously not, because TikTok will ban that. A$AP Rocky for nudity.
But do you think it was him? Was it him? I
have watched the video a few times. I have to say, we're all grown out here. We adults. I do think it was him. Some people were saying they don't think it's him, but he was wearing like a long sleeve because he's got a tattoo on his wrist. So some people were like, oh, I can't see the tattoo, so it can't be him. But he had like a long sleeve thing on. So you can't really see much of the wrist for you to identify it. You could see this watch though.
So what of him can you see? Like, is his face
part of his face? Part of his face. Yeah. Part of his face. So I mean, from like his demeanor, body shape, like not that, but everything else, the watch on his wrist, his hair, and all that. I mean, it could be him, but my boo, Champagne Papi, he had something to say about the leak.
Yeah.
He said he was hiding his bleep. No, he said he wasn't hiding his bleep from the world. He was hiding the world from his bleep. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what he said. There's a lyric that he did in what's the song? The one where it goes, I love bad, that's my problem. Do you know that one?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I can't say the words because obviously we don't swear that like that.
Oh yeah, Problems. Yes, it's called Problems by 2 Chainz.
Yeah, Problems, right?
So,
yeah. He's got a lyric in there where he talks about how he's got a long penis, and people are like, "Damn, he never lied, boy," because that thing was long. I have to say, it was long. And even me, I mean, I love the guy anyway, but even me, I'm not really into that sort of like content. But even I was like, wow, Drake, is that you? Yeah. I love him even more now.
I feel like it's 2 for 2, no? Chris Brown and then Drake. The light-skinned superstars accidentally leaking the willy out into the world when the chips are down a little bit. And the
willy is willying. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was girls saying that they would cook and clean for him, that they would do anything for him.
People would have done that for him, even if he had a small thing, man.
These groupies, man. Yeah, these groupies. I just appreciated what I saw. I said, you know what? Good for you. You know? Because people are calling you corny and stuff like that. But
he is quite corny.
You're I mean, he might still be, but he's packing. So now it makes sense why he still gets, you know what I mean? He's got the big D energy.
I think he doesn't have big D energy. He gets people because he's rich. He definitely doesn't have big D energy.
I tried to slip that
We're trying to conflate. Not that.
I tried to slip it in.
Hell to the no.
You said no way. No. That is funny.
Nah, he's set good. He got a good bank balance. And you know that life is comfortable.
He's set good in 2 ways. Yeah, he's set good in 2 ways.
I wouldn't know.
I know.
I would not know, boy.
I know. I know what I saw. Yeah. He's set good. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Yeah. So, guys, Venom sent me, because I saw it earlier in the day. When you're on Twitter, yeah, when you're on X, you see things way before the people that watch stuff on Instagram. So I'd seen the discourse, done all my tweets, all my retweets on X, yeah. And then later in the day, Venom sends me the roundup on Insta. Like, I think the Shade Bar, wasn't it? They took some like screenshots of the tweets, not the actual leaked video. And Venom sent it to me. And I'm like, yeah, I seen it. And he's like, of course you've seen it. He said, of course. I said, wow.
I had no doubt in my mind. I was just letting you know that I'd seen it.
Okay.
I was like, boy, mind.
I said, yeah, I know about that. I saw that.
That's too funny.
Do you know what? I saw it early as well, because I tweeted about it, and an hour later, that's when I started seeing people talking about it on X. Like, damn, you're so early. Like, chill. Relax.
So them notifications on for Drake, boy. Drake gets mentioned. Boop. Huh? Did somebody say something about Drake?
No, it's not that deep. It's more like I wasn't actually working that day when that video leaked. So I was chilling. I was just scrolling most of the day, doing my TikTok videos and all that stuff. And then I saw like a tweet saying something about, there's a leaked video of Drake. I was like, a leaked video? Didn't say more than that. So I went through the replies, and someone dropped the video in there. And I was like, whoa. Yeah.
And that's the thing about X, boy. You would just see it right there. No warning.
No warning. No warning.
No, you're about to spray them back.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That was a nice surprise. So yeah.
That silhouette, you know. Surprise, surprise. As you click the link.
Surprise, surprise.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Have you heard about this Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj beef?
Yeah, I didn't really follow it close because these beefs would be annoying me. I'm not gonna lie. I listed them out because I just put, even though we spoke about Steph and Jada, I'll put Steph and Jada, Zeze and Lani, Nicki and Megan, because it's just woman fight right now. That's the season we're in. Black gal fight, you know.
I don't really know the details either. I know that there was a bar or a lyric that Megan dropped in one of her songs to do with Megan's Law.
Yep.
That set Nicki Minaj off. She was doing the most on X, formerly Twitter, saying all sorts, doing all sorts. Then she was like, cool, I'm going to drop. Not necessarily a diss track, more like a warning, like a preamble to a supposed diss track. I thought it was trash. But hey, and she pretty much was just like, you're a hoe, and your mama is too, pretty much, going for her mum.
Yeah.
Off the back of that, the barbs, I don't know which is worse, Beehive or the barbs, because I feel like they're
the barbs, man. The barbs 100%, because Beehive are defending someone who genuinely doesn't really get into
it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they're defending. I'm talking about how hard they defend. Like, you can't say nothing bad about Beyonce. Beehive is coming for your neck. You can't say nothing about Nicki. The barbs are coming for your neck. I don't think there's any other like artist.
Taylor Swift.
Who has Taylor Swift? Yeah, cool. I don't know what sort of demonic something they got going on, some sort of spell they got going on, because I don't understand why you're riding so hard for another human being that is not paying your bills, but we move, right? You're not getting paid to ride for them that hard. It's not that deep. But anyway, the barbs started, I don't know how, but I don't know if it was the barbs. I'm alleging it was one of the barbs that went and doxed Megan. And what that means, for people that don't know what that means, because I realize it's like a newish term, essentially is when you go and find out someone's personal information and leak it on the internet. So they went and found the location of Megan's mum's grave and leaked it on the internet. And so now Megan has to have security in the parameters, around the parameters of her mum's grave because of this beef. That's what I gauged from the whole situation. But yeah, I mean, the thing that I observed that I found funny was Megan said what she said in her track, right? Nicki was going mad on social media. Megan said nothing after that. She was cool as ice. She didn't talk about it. She didn't really reference it. She didn't go toe for toe. She wasn't like doing up lives and, you know, doing the mazzoline. So it made Nicki look even more mad. Like, first of all, you're about a decade older than this girl. 1, at your age. 2, you're actually the better rapper. This is above you. You don't need to do this. 3, the girl is not even responding to you. So you look like a crazy person going at this person because of that. Like, the whole thing just, it was quite interesting for me.
Yeah. I thought it just felt like a repeat of Steph and Jada, not like for like, but just like another. You're just like, why are we doing this, guys? This is not
I agree.
necessary.
I agree.
It's really not necessary. And it just looks so much worse when it's women over men. I feel like it's easy for men to just look, you're immature and you're being like egotistical, blah, blah, blah. But when women do, you're like, God damn, man. God damn. And it felt so spiteful as well, talking about someone's dead mum and something like
it's disgusting.
I was like, ooh, you can't win with that. That is
I clocked that as well. I clocked that as well. The Bigfoot thing. That was disgusting.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
said, girl, that is just not nice. Like, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't tell people how to fight, but like, this isn't a fight. So like, if it's gonna be artistic with it. But you just being horrible. Like, there's,
just being plain nasty.
Yeah.
And some people were like, that's hip hop though. Like when people were beefing, that's what they do. And I'm thinking, I remember the Nas versus Jay-Z beef. I don't think any of them said anything that
they
wild.
say
Do you get it?
stuff.
Like,
nah.
Like they go for each other's talent and money and ability to get women. That's what they tend to go for. That's what they were doing. They weren't doing up, I'm actually going to talk about traumatic things that have happened in your life.
Yeah.
And use that to cuss you. Like that is not rap. That's not how it works. I just think it just shows that Nicki has a nasty personality. Like she's not a nice person.
And she's very, very
nice
insecure
person.
because she's been the best female rapper ever since she arrived. And from her interactions with other women, you can tell that she has not understood that fact. And all of her decisions after that point have illustrated that she doesn't know that.
Yeah, and she needs to take a page out of Beyonce's book, because when you are actually when you have the talent should speak for itself. You don't need to be doing that. Like you can say it in your tunes, I'm the queen of rap, but your decorum should be saying, I'm above this. You lot are child's play to me. Instead, you're doing the most. Like it's no.
And every single time.
She is so easy to set off. Any little thing, she's ready. You like. I wonder what her blood pressure is like. It must be really high, because I just don't get it. It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Pressure.
Nah, for real. Because come on now.
Yeah, she's just highly strung. She's one of them highly strung people, and it's just it's weird.
I couldn't.
It's weird.
When I was younger, little things used to trigger me to the point where I would be mouthy, which I'm sure you can probably imagine. I was very mouthy. But as I've gotten older, I'm just like, it's not that deep. I don't need to do this. First of all, it's not ladylike. And I'm all about trying to keep it classy. I'd rather read you nicely than, do you get it? Like, just say something once and just keep it moving. And that thing is hard hitting and it does what it needs to do. Than to be going back and forth, doing the most. It's not for me. Getting riled up, getting angry, talking out of line, shouting, all of that, saying really horrible things is not for me. I know what my temper's like as well. And I know that it's within me to do it. So I don't put myself in those positions. And I feel like Nicki's 37? I think she's 37, or is she in her 40s?
I thought she was older, but let me check, because I thought she was older for some reason.
Let me do a quick.
41.
Okay, so she's not even in her 30s, she's in her 40s. You're 41 years old, acting like you're a teenager.
Yeah, like beefing.
No, stop it.
People.
Yeah, come on.
It's not that you're beefing people. Anyone can have a disagreement, but how? It's how
she's doing it. That's
man.
What I'm saying. Yeah, but that's why I said she needs to take a leaf out of Beyonce's book, because people have come for Beyonce. Beyonce don't say anything
at all.
She don't need to. My talent and my achievement speaks for itself. So you can call yourself whatever. You can say that you're trying to take my crown, but I mean,
listen,
all you do is shake.
So classy with it that actually people have fought on her behalf. Kanye had to jump up and do the madness, and now this Grammys, her husband had to say his piece. She ain't said nothing.
And even if when she says something, she says it in such a way, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to do the shouty, try and be the loudest. Nicki is a better rapper than Cardi B, than Megan Thee Stallion, than all of them right now. There's not one right now that I can say that is in the mainstream that I can say is better than Nicki, right? She don't need to say nothing.
I have my one.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? That's in mainstream. That's commercial.
Yeah, she's just not as successful as them. She is there though. Bia.
Who?
Bia's my girl. Bia.
I don't know who you're talking about. So that's why I'm saying. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Mainstream, I'm talking the big names. I'm talking the names that everybody knows. When you look at who the rappers are that everyone knows right now, it's going to be Megan, Cardi, Ice Spice, Lato, like them lot. Nicki's bigger than them.
Yeah.
And not just bigger than them, she's more talented in terms of lyricist, flow, all of that. These girls look up to her. They use her as inspiration. When Megan was trying to like be Megan the Stallion as we know her now, she did a collab with Nicki to get her name out there. That's who you are. Act like it. That's my point. That's who you are. Act like it. You don't need to be fighting these little girls. They could be saying all they want in their track, that they're that girl, that they've got this talent. But we all know you're the inspiration. That's like MJ, if he was still alive, beefing with the likes of Usher and Chris Brown. You don't need to. These lot look up to you. So like, know your position and act like it. And that's what annoys me about Nicki, because she's got the talent, but her mentality and behavior and personality is just no behavior. Someone else that ain't got no behavior is Lani.
Lani. And her UK badders. I'm not the details guy, but UK badders has finally
You're not.
hit the... Do you know what it is? I can't watch these things, man. I see them, I'm like, yeah, Cliff Notes.
I haven't watched it either.
So it hit the TV screen. Did it actually air on Sky? Is that why Sky did a piece on it?
I don't know where it aired.
Okay. Well, it's aired wherever it's airing. And
I think you have to pay to watch it, you know?
Probably. Because I know she asked
you have to pay. It's like £4 something.
For the whole thing?
I know that because one of my I don't know if it's the whole thing, but I know it's £4 something. Because my friend, she wanted to watch it. And she was like, I'm not paying £4 something for it. And I was like, I ain't watching it even if it's free.
Yeah. You couldn't pay me.
Go ahead, sis. I'm not going to judge you.
Unless someone's doing like an experiment, I'd watch it for research purposes.
If we were going to do like a reaction video on the podcast, I might watch it. But other than that,
free.
No.
For free.
Yeah, for free. I ain't paying. I'm not putting my hard-earned money in there, even if it would only mean that I don't get to buy a coffee for that day.
Yeah.
I'm still not.
It's one coffee that I'm going to miss a lot.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry. But,
so that show is out now.
Yeah.
It's in the world. All the controversy and the marketing has started. As soon as it hit the shelves, the digital shelves, Zeze did her think piece on it. On I think that was on Sky, or maybe that was on Channel 4, and then that's where I've seen
well, she spoke about it before that, because when the trailer came out, she did a tweet and she was just like, why are we doing this?
We're not American.
And when it came out again, when it actually came out, or when she dropped the dates again, Zeze was saying the same thing, like, this is crazy, don't like it, this is the reasons why. Like, she was like, props to Lani for using the money she won from the show that she did to do her own thing. Cool, I get it, but why did it have to be this? Can we not display Black women in a different light, given the fact that women are already seen as aggressive? You know, like, why would you want to have a show that furthers that narrative? Some of the girls on Lani's show didn't like that. They were trying to say that, okay, I'm not going to say they were trying to say, they were saying that Zeze's a hater, and that Zeze ain't achieved much. That's why she's speaking badly about Lani. I roll. And then it found its way onto Sky News, who did a piece on it. And Zeze was the person they interviewed, and she reiterated her view, which I've already just explained. And then there was an interview with Lani on one of these YouTube channels, I believe, with some of the cast. And Lani turned around and said, listen, Zeze is a hater because she's upset that we get the same attention despite her being classy and a good girl and me being ratchet. Pause. Not pausing because I said anything. No. You know what I mean? More pause because I think that's ridiculous.
She said that Zeze
Mills
wants to be a UK baddie.
Zeze Mills is not... she is classy, but she's also not.
Yeah.
This girl, if you listen to her content, this girl talks about sex, giving head, doing this with girls, blah, blah. Her mouth is potty. She talks about stuff that a classy babe wouldn't talk about on the internet. Like, let's not act like she's, you know,
I know.
holier than thou,
was
church
very
girl.
funny point to make.
Do you know what I mean? That's modest. Zeze is not modest, okay? Lani is just ratchet, American style ratchet. That's what it is. Okay, that's why it might seem like Zeze is holier than thou in comparison, but she actually isn't.
Yeah, she really
and then
isn't.
the claim that you guys have the same popularity. Okay, you might be known just like Zeze is known on the internet, but when you're gonna look at achievements, I'm sorry, Lani, Zeze clean passes you. It's clear, like it's clean. Zeze's had her own shows. She had her own talk show on Channel 4. She's hosted how many award shows? She's doing the Mobos this time. She's got her own show on Capital Extra Radio.
Yeah.
Like, plus the Zeze Mills show. Like, this girl is making bank. Like, this girl doesn't need to rely. She didn't have to rely on winning a show. She didn't have to rely on money from a show that she won. Do you get it? Lani had to go on a show, win money off that show to go and start UK Badders. Zeze doesn't need to do that. Zeze, because of who Zeze is and because of her reputation, a TV network gave her a show of her own to do. Do you get it? So you are not in the same league. Like, Lani, I respect your business acumen, but let's not try to act like you and Zeze are on par. Like, that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, that is ridiculous. It is what it is. I'm in two minds. Because I low-key get the other argument in that we should stop policing what Black women want to do.
Hell no.
But when I say, hear me out, but when I say I understand that, it's because I'm a Black woman and I don't like other people policing what we do. However, when I say I hear it, it's like, if this was the line, this is 50%, this is 50%, I'm 51.99999% on Zeze's side, if that makes sense. It's literally a 0.0000001. 0.00000000001 that I'm hearing the whole don't police Black women. Because as far as I'm concerned, yeah, we shouldn't be policing Black women's decisions. Fine, but Black women, some of us need to do better. Sorry, you need to think about the bigger picture, okay? Like, all this, but white people have their shows. They have ratchet shows. They're allowed to have ratchet shows. And it doesn't taint the perception of them in general. But with us, it's just part of being a Black woman. You have to think about how you're perceived. It is what it is. We need to stop fighting it. Just accept it for what it is. We are not in an age where we could do whatever we like and not be labeled anything. Just a couple of months ago, if that, we were fighting the derogatory term UK beast, which is being used against Black women here in the UK. And then here comes Lani with a show
UK Badders
filled with women who are behaving like what the UK beast is defined as. Now, I ain't calling them UK beast because I don't want no beef, but I'm just saying that behavior is the reason why Black women were being called UK beasts in the first place, and you've gone and created a show that perpetuates that. So now what?
All right. So my thing is this, right? I hear what you're saying about policing Black women's actions. However, because it's coming from Zeze Mills is why I'm like, if a Black woman herself can't say unto Black women, look, this ain't it, then who can? Because it ain't it. Like, that ain't it.
Yeah, I feel like I said, I'm with Zeze, but a part of me is kind of like, yeah, we shouldn't be outwardly policing each other because we should be moving in solidarity. I do think it was a bit shady to go and do the interview on Sky. That's where I'm like, did you have to disgrace her publicly like that? This is a conversation that you could have easily contacted Lani directly and been like, this ain't it. I'll give you an example. I'll give you another scenario. Yeah. So you must know Candice Brathwaite.
It's American Candice. Wait, Candice?
No, Candice Brathwaite is from the UK. She's actually originally from South London. She's a writer and she's also a social media influencer. She does fashion. She's a mum of 2. Candice Brathwaite. Yeah, Brathwaite. She is an author.
Oh, yeah, I know this lady. Yeah,
you know her. Right, cool. Yeah, I love this woman, right? I'm not really into it. Like, I follow influencers and stuff, but none of them influence me, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But Candice's auntie, like, when she says something, I'm like, yeah, this woman, she knows what she's talking about. The way she conducts herself, the things that she says, she's always giving gems. Like, I highly respect Candice, yeah? She has a podcast with another influencer / actress. Her name is Coco Sorrell. She blew up on TikTok. They have a friendship, and now they've got this podcast and it's for Black women. Other women can listen, but it's fundamentally for Black women. It's a space for Black women who, like them, feel like they weren't necessarily considered as like the attractive women or the women that people they felt like they were like sidestepped, if that makes sense. So either you were like really dark skinned, so you weren't seen as attractive, or you weren't conventionally pretty, or you were overweight, or whatever. Like, it's for women who feel like they just didn't fit the status quo as Black women. And so there's that collective shared experience of, okay, we know what it feels like to be Black women who are not given the bly, if that makes sense. And they had a episode where they spoke about a celebrity, but they didn't talk about the celebrity in a good light. They spoke about this celebrity. It was almost like, because their podcast is quite banterful, so sometimes it skirts on the line of, you lot are cussing these lot. Do you get it? Like, you know how Black women are when we get together, it was borderline that. And Candice has a friend who's also in the industry who is mutuals with the person that they were talking about on that podcast. This friend didn't go online to bash Candice, didn't go online to be like, that episode or that reel where you was bashing this person was out of line. How could you? They didn't do that. They went to Candice directly and was like, sis, Black woman to Black woman, sis to sis, that is not a good look. This is why it's not a good look. So she was still read. Do you get it? Like, she was still told. She was still policed, if you want to call it that. She was still put in her place. She was still told that what you're doing, what you did wasn't right. And following that, they've not brought light to that episode. They've made sure that, like, they've changed the title. They did all sorts of things so that the episode is still there, but the way that it's been edited now and stuff, there's no way for you to know who they were talking about, right? And she did another episode following that, relaying the story of this Black woman jumped in my DMs. Someone who knows me, who's also in the industry, jumped in my DMs and was like, you do realize that what you did and what you said and how you had that conversation about this person isn't cool, and these are the reasons why. And she was saying she loves the way that person did that, because it was very much I don't agree with what you did, I don't like what you did. It was very much this is not on brand for you, but I'm not going to disgrace you publicly. I'm going to tell you behind. And I feel like that is when I'm like, yeah, that approach I approve of. There is a way to advise people and say, listen, what you're doing isn't cool, and these are my reasons why, and this is my opinion on it. There's a way to do that. I think Zeze didn't do it in a way that comes across like she genuinely cares about how Lani comes across or genuinely cares about Lani's progression. She did it in a way that's like, I'm just going to bash your ting. Do you get it? And that is the only reason why I'm like, I can see the other argument. Not that the show is good, not that the show should be there, but the way that Zeze did it. And I know that's Zeze, innit? But no one is above feedback. No one is above criticism. And I can agree with what she said, but I don't have to agree with how she went about giving that critique and feedback. And that is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Do you get it?
Yeah, I hear it.
So
I'm still on the other side of the fence, even with regards to the feedback.
I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side as well with you. But I'm just saying the way she gave that feedback is not correct.
I like what you said about Candice, but I think it's apparent that the person who came to her has a relationship with her, where at least they could speak to her offline. Zeze and Lani don't have an offline relationship.
It doesn't matter.
So I don't think that's going to make a difference.
There's loads of people
also as well in the public eye. I think for people who are none the wiser to the ongoing relationship that they have or to the differences that they have, I think in terms of Zeze's position, I understand why she wanted to smash that product, because it really does shine a bad light.
No,
and it doesn't help.
Zeze, I don't think Zeze actually cares about. I don't think Zeze gave a message that I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
A broken clock will always be right at least twice in a day. Do you get it? Right? Mm-hmm. She's right. What she's saying is right, but I don't think she actually cares about that message. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know how Zeze operates. This is content for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's forwarding her career talking about this.
Mm.
If she genuinely cared, she would have given that feedback in a different way. I'm not saying that she had to go and contact Lani behind. She still could have done it publicly, but the way she said what she said and the whole going on Sky News, if you cared about Black women the way that you say you do, why are you going on Sky News to give your critique? Why is it you they're calling to come on Sky News to come and be bashing another Black woman in the way that you did it? That's my thing. Like, I'm about integrity. I'm big on integrity, yeah? I don't like the show. I'm heavily against Badders UK. But if Sky News had called me to come and talk about it, I would have said, no, because you're not going to use me as a pawn to talk badly about another Black woman. I'm not doing that. If I cared about Black women the way I said I did, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be on Sky News talking about another Black woman like that. That's the point I'm trying to make. I agree with her stance. I agree with her opinion. But it's the way in which that critique is given that I don't agree with. You did not need to go on Sky News. You went on Sky News so that you could say Zeze Mills did an interview on Sky News. That's what you did Sky News for.
Yeah, but I mean, she's done loads of
interviews. You didn't do Sky
TV.
News. You didn't do Sky News to forward the Black woman's, how people perceive the Black woman. They used Zeze to be like, look, even other Black women think that you lot are ratchet. That's it. It's all.
No,
I don't know if that makes.
I hear what you're saying, but it's a perspective thing, because I agree with what you're saying, but I think that in terms of use, they're using Zeze to say, look, to Black people, especially young Black women who may think to watch the show or emulate the show, this is not it.
She didn't have to do that. No, she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to go on Sky News to do that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like someone did.
She is, and the thing is, I feel like there is a genocide happening in Palestine right now. There is a genocide happening in Congo right now. Sky News don't want to cover that. Instead, they want to go and call a Black woman to come and bash another Black woman about a show that is not even on mainstream TV in the UK. Why is that? And why are you agreeing to do it? There's bigger fish to fry, and there's other ways for you to give your feedback. Period. I agree with your feedback. I agree with your opinion, because I felt the same. When I saw the trailer, I was like, what the hell is this? Why? I was like, we're not there yet. As Black women, we're not there yet to have the same shows. I hear it. There was Geordie Shore. There's been other shows. Even Big Brother back in the day was ratchet as hell when it was majority white people on the show. Fine. I hear it. They've been having ratchet shows. But the perception that this the community in the UK has of Black people, it's not there yet for us to be having similar shows like them. We're not there yet. And this is not America. There's not bare states. There's not more Black people in the UK. We're a minority here, right? So we're just not there yet. we're just not seen in a certain light yet for us to be allowed to have that sort of show and go unscathed, right? So I get it. I hear it. But I don't think Zeze Mills really cares about black women, because if she really did care about black women, despite Lani doing something that doesn't further black women, she too would be like, how is this going to come across if I'm going on Sky News, to give this opinion? Like, you need to look at it from a bigger perspective. You could have gone on your own show. You have your own forum and discussed it there. You could have just done a TikTok video. You could have just left it as your tweet. Why are you going on Sky News? Especially because you tweeted about it twice already. Your point has been made, hun.
Yeah.
Why are you going on Sky News?
But Sky News are going to have the discourse. So it's either you're going to be in the room or you're not in the room.
No, let them have it without me. Because I don't want to be a pawn, because I see it as you were used as a pawn to bash your own fellow black woman. You did bash her anyway in your tweet or whatever, and your video, because she did a video. You've done it already. You didn't need to go on a Caucasian show to bash her again. That's my point. So do you know what I mean? Like, and even the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm feeling more passionate about that. Like, as black women, you're saying yourself, your argument yourself is, as black women, we need to think about how we're being portrayed and what we do. You too, think about how you're being portrayed and what you do to further the black woman's narrative in a positive light. Like, your feedback is warranted, but the way in which you gave that feedback is not warranted. It does not further, it does not push the black woman fight. It doesn't come across like you're, that you really care. It's giving, this was a gig for me, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to say what I need to say, but it's a gig nonetheless. Do you get it? That's my issue with it, with how Zeze did it. There is a more integral way to give feedback to your fellow black women. It doesn't have to be on flipping Sky News, especially when the show ain't even on. Like, if you're going to tell black women to think about it, you think about it as well. That's my argument.
Another thing that I watched recently was The Kitchen. Did you see
What's that?
one? So this was Daniel Kaluuya's first directing and or producing role, definitely directing role. He directed a film with Kanye, with Kano on Netflix.
Okay.
You not heard about The Kitchen?
I've seen it there, but I just finished watching Champions. I was actually going to bring up Champions.
Oh, let's do Champions, because I've seen Champions. I saw
Champions
I haven't watched
Kitchen. I haven't watched Kitchen yet, but I watched Champions.
Kitchen, you need to watch. It's interesting, and
I will.
Yeah.
The way my life is set up right now, I hardly have time for TV.
Yeah. No, I can imagine.
So it took me some time to get through Champion. Kitchen's on the list, so I'll definitely get through that. But what did you think of Champion, though? Since we've both seen it,
absolutely loved Champion. Like,
I loved it as well. I can't wait for season 2. I really hope they do a season 2.
I'm surprised.
I really hope they do a season 2.
Me and the wife watched Champion because Champion is a collaboration between BBC and Netflix. It came out on BBC like time ago, and we just assumed everyone watched it on BBC/iPlayer. So we were like, oh, why is BBC doing a collaboration with Netflix? Because this is on BBC. And then now that they've put it on Netflix, I was like, all the way from back then. And the amount of people that now say to me, oh my gosh, Champion. I was like, how did you miss it? How did everyone miss it? Amazing. Amazing. All apart from the dad. The dad and his Jamaican accent, the accent is killing me because it's not the best. But I
wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know any different.
Yeah,
do you get it?
He's just on borderline.
But I get. In the beginning, I was kind of like, why does it have to be another like ends situation? Black guy's gone to prison. Life's hard. But then again, I was like, do you know what? It's so refreshing to see a Caribbean family be the center of attention on a show. Because I've seen a lot where it's an African family that is center of attention. or American, or they just don't talk about where the person is from. So it was nice to get a Caribbean, like Jamaican family. They went to Jamaica on the show. Like they showed all that. I love that. I was like, yeah, this is for me. Also love the musical side of things as well.
Yeah.
And the overarching story to me, the message for me was the whole highlighting mental health, male mental health, particularly within the Black community, and the struggles with the whole like that generation, the older generation, not accepting that it's a thing, and how our generation or younger generation navigate that.
Yeah.
And the whole, like, everything intertwined in there was like,
it touches on so many things.
So many themes, so many things. And I was like, yeah, 100%, this is for me. And when it finished, I was like, oh man, I can't wait for another season. And I hope they do.
Yeah.
They do have another season.
And I think they casted the series so well as well. Minus one person's accent. I think it's just spot on. Like I loved it. Do you know the main boy? The main boy, I think, is the young brother in Bullet Boy. Someone told me that. Oh no, maybe it's not Bullet Boy. Maybe it's Top Boy.
Is
it's
it
the
Top
first
Boy?
young boy? Yeah, in Top Boy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, really good actor.
Sick actor. And like,
yeah,
at first you're so like on his team, and then you're like so against him at certain points. You're like, wow, this narrative.
I cried, you know. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and hormones, but I cried. You know, there's a scene, in the finale where the sister's performing and he comes out of the crowd. I was actually touched. I was like, oh, they've rekindled. Like, it's so cute.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he came through for his sister. I think because I resonated with her story. You know, like that relationship with the mom and how the whole mother and daughter relationship within the Black community. And then being like the backbone of the family, being the one that helps everyone else but doesn't feel like they're supported too much and all that. I resonated with that storyline. So I think maybe that's why I was quite emotional when he came through for her in the end. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. It's a really good storyline. Like it's an
really good storyline.
Original, you know what I mean? It's set in a place that we all know, but the story
it's relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's relatable. It's relatable. It's not far-fetched. It's not something that a lot of us wouldn't be able to relate to. I feel like a lot, man or woman, older generation or younger generation, there'll be a character storyline in there that you'll be like, yeah, I feel that, I get that. So yeah, I think it was brilliantly done. I can't believe. I mean, I don't really watch mainstream TV. Like if it's not on Netflix or one of them things, I'm probably not going to see it. That's probably why I didn't see it.
That's probably why they did this collaboration was to make sure that people catch it somehow.
Because I also saw this one was on ITV. Riches. Have you heard of that one? Okay, you need to look at that. One's really good.
Is this about the black business, the black-owned business?
Yeah, the hair care. Yeah, the hair business.
I'll check because I know the wife was watching something about a black-owned business.
Riches. Yeah, the kids.
Yeah, I just need to find out.
The kids are like fighting
because it's like it gets succeeded. Okay, maybe it is this one.
No, it's more like the dad owned the business. I think the dad was an African man, if I'm correct, and he started the business from ground up, and he passed away, and then it was like he's got kids from a previous relationship, and the kids that was still there, basically. The kids from the other relationship come back, and then they do the whole will reading, and there's like a feud between the kids from the two different mums and all that. It's really well done. Like it was giving Nollywood storyline, but it wasn't giving Nollywood acting, Nollywood production, it was very, very, very well done. I don't think they're gonna continue it, which makes me sad because I really wanted them to.
Why do you not think they're going to continue it?
I heard through the grapevine that they're not, that's where they're leaving it. And if that is true, I'm gonna be very upset because that was a very good show. So yeah. Ask Wifey if that's the one that she was watching.
Yeah, Riches. Let me just write it down because I'm gonna forget
Riches,
the name.
yeah, and get her opinion on it before you maybe embark on it. But I thoroughly enjoyed Riches. I'd watch it again. I'd watch Champion again as well.
Yeah, Champion. I can't wait to see how and where
what
the
happens
story
next.
goes. Yeah. Because it's a quality piece of work, and very authentically, like, you know what I mean, written and cast, and you know the perform. Everything is like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
I was with it.
Someone on Twitter must have tweeted something like, "Oh, they're sick and tired of seeing the same sort of storyline from Black shows. Can we not get shows where we're like proud of the protagonist or proud of like the main characters and the message behind it?" And I thought, and that tweet came off the back of the announcement that they're going to do a spin-off to one of the stories on Top Boy.
Oh yeah,
and
what's her name? I know you're talking about the main female gangster.
Yeah. And I was thinking they've clearly not seen shows like Riches, like Champion, like, because those shows, whilst there are some themes in there that is like, you know, ends and all that, there's still themes in there that's outside of that. And fundamentally, if the story is set in London, then it's more likely than not there needs to be an element of streets, because that is part of
life
the
in
London lifestyle as a Black person, to be honest. No matter how, in my opinion, no matter what class you're born into, unless you're born into the upper class, you probably mixed or, you know, dibble-dabbled in a bit of that street life a little bit, or was associated. I come from a middle-class background. I had friends that were in that life. Do you get it? Like, that's why I can talk like this, because it's mixing with those type of people. So it's just part of...
It's just
part of the fabric.
Yeah.
So we can't get away from it. And I think if as long as it's not misrepresentation, I'm cool with it. And I like the fact that shows like Champion were able to integrate it into the storyline without it being the main
without it being
piece.
the backbone of every single character's driving force. And 100%. But then on a completely different side of, it's not necessarily London, but it is England. Have you watched the viral film Saltburn by any chance?
Yes.
You have?
I have.
What were your thoughts about that film?
My thoughts were, what sort of mind... Nah, let's really think about it. What sort of mind comes up with something like that? Because this is your this came from your imagination.
Yeah, it did.
So, like, I feel like the writer must be psychopathic.
They're very twisted.
Because there's creativity, and then there's like, who thinks of that?
Yeah.
Who thinks of that? Do you get it?
I had no idea.
That was my thoughts. I didn't finish it. So,
you didn't finish?
I mean, no, because it was just too... I got to the bathtub scene.
The first time.
And I said, no. Not the first time. Because I passed the bit where he did that thing in the garden with the sister.
Okay, yeah.
The vampire thing.
Yeah.
I've passed all of that.
Yeah.
And then there was the... Yeah. I said, you know what? I learnt my lesson, because the first time he did something weird, I said, okay, it can't get worse than this. Then it got worse. I said, yeah. Like a tough.
Listen, you gotta
I didn't
finish
get to the
these
end.
things, man. You gotta finish these things.
I need to. It's still there waiting for me.
It gets. Wait, you've seen? Arguably, it gets worse. Kind of depends what, you know what I mean, what moves you. Certain things might move you less because it's like, well, that's a bit more normal, but it was worse, whatever. Weird as hell though, man. I didn't know what it was about.
Very.
And it's been looking at me for a while. I went on this walk that, in fact, you might have seen it, that TikTok walk, Overground. I don't know if it's popped up. I went on one of those with my sister. And a couple of the people, it was like kind of brand new there, and a couple of people, they were having a discourse about it. I was like, oh, I've seen that. Should I watch it? They split. They were like, no, don't watch it. It's rubbish. It was weird. So I was like, no, it's really interesting. I was like, I'll watch it because this division, I'm kind of here for this division thing. But man, Lord did not prepare me for.
Yeah,
you could never prepare someone without spoiling anything for what.
No, you cannot. Which is why I said. That's why I said, what sort of mind comes up with that? Do you get it? Like, obviously, I'm still a corporate babe, so and you know how it is in the office. Any sort of small talk, they're on it, boy. So everyone's like, "Oh, have you seen Saltburn? Have you seen Saltburn? Have you seen Saltburn?" I was like, "This Saltburn that I keep seeing on Amazon Prime, like, I keep overlooking it. It's like since everyone's talking about it, FOMO.
Yeah.
I'ma watch it. I didn't need to see any of that.
I definitely think you should finish it only because there's not that the story is critical, you know what I mean? It's not one of them films where like, oh my God, the story. But there's things that you don't yet know that will make you be like, oh my God, even more. Like that I would like for you to know. So that, yeah. Weird though, man. What a weird film.
Yeah, very weird film. Very, very strange film. Yeah. Just makes you think, innit? Like that people have some interesting imagination.
They really do. They really do. And it would be equally as interesting to see something that was. I wonder how long it's going to take for us to get the Black Saltburn.
We're still doing discourse on Others UK. Let's chill with Black Saltburn. Let's chill. Yeah. Cool.
I
think we can wrap it up there.
Perfect. Well, people, you've heard it here first. Dami Zayn and myself are writing the Black Saltburn. It's coming to you hopefully by Christmas 2026. So watch this space, Amazon Prime. Dami's already jotted down all the ideas. I can see them on the shared notes. Trust me, she got better ideas. We got this one in the bag. Anyway, hope you had a great time listening to our podcast. You can catch us on Instagram, on YouTube. Anywhere you can find podcasts, we're there. So leave us a like, a follow, a 5-star, a thumbs up, whatever. It all helps. So on that note, I guess we're going to be out ski until we're back ski. So till we see you again. Peace. In the Middle East.
Balloons actually came up on my screen.